Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
Say, if you're looking for some fun, I know where you can find it.
Don't tell me you own an amusement park.
No, but I do own a little house near here with a swimming pool and a well-stocked bar and tiki torches. Oh, why don't you and me go have a party?
Sounds like a ball, but before leaving home, my mother made me promise to take care of my baby sister, Pearl.
If I'm going to teach you, you got to get a little closer.
Oh, yeah?
No, okay, now. Oh, what? Okay, now. You see? Oh!
Get out of me!
Oh! Wait a minute. Didn't I tell you I used to be a lifeguard?
No. I have a strange feeling there's a lot you haven't told me.
Oh, like what?
Like you're married?
All right. I'm married, but I'm separated. I was after 15 years. My wife walked out on me. Just like that. I don't mind telling you, Ruby. It hurt. But that's why I'm glad that I found you and your little baby sister, Pearl. Pearlie? Where is Pearl, anyway?
Oh, she's probably just sleeping it off. She can't drink that much anyway.
You little thief! You was just ripping me off. You and your sister figured you had an easy pigeon, didn't you?
Oh, no.
My little sister Pearl, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Next time, with the little bat.
Ruby! Leave her alone!
Get it! We'll fix you both now.
Leave her alone! Ruby!
Doesn't look like he's breathing.
Well, he isn't, Ruby. He's dead. We better get out of here.
Can't leave him just like this.
What if someone saw us leave the club with him? Well, think of something.
We'll dump him in the pool. He was drinking. They'll think he just slipped and hit his head on the side.
What about the stuff?
We gotta put everything back. But if we don't put everything back, they'll know it wasn't an accident. And take one of these and wipe everything off, okay? Go on.
I mean everything, Pearl.
I heard you, Ruby. I heard you.
Hurry up.
I can remember a time when the only thing people did in pools was swim.
My husband bought that somewhere. Mr. Jones, I just don't believe it was an accident.
The police didn't find anything to say it wasn't.
Harry never went swimming late at night, drunk or sober. In fact, he rarely used the pool at all. He had other interests.
What other interests?
Women.
Oh, Mrs. Dunbar, are you sure?
Yes. Harry was going through sort of a middle-aged crisis. I found out that he was going to neighborhood bars and picking up women. I confronted him about it several months ago. He said he swore he would stop. He said he still loved me. I loved him, and I forgave him.
Still, you think with you out of town for a few days...
Yes, he might have brought somebody here. Somebody who also might have stolen his coin collection.
Couldn't your husband have sold the collection while you were away?
That's what the police said. But Harry adored those old coins. Oh, please, Mr. Jones. I know it may sound selfish, but if Harry's death was an accident that I might have prevented by being here, then I'll have that guilt on my conscience for the rest of my life.
I'll do what I can.
Can you fix it or not?
Anything that runs on gas, I can fix. Tell the truth, Pearl, I'm just getting pretty tired of fixing things for you. I'm not getting anything in return.
getting anything. Harley, we go out together, don't we?
I'm not talking about that. I want you to marry me, Pearl. Settle down, have kids.
Harley, I'm not giving up my career. Ruby and me, we were born to sing.
But you ain't getting anywhere.
That is because true talent takes time to mature. But we're gonna make it. You'll see. Now, you gonna fix this thing, or do I have to take it somewhere else?
Lester? Yeah, Harley? Well, you're not gonna use that socket wrench. Can I use it for a minute? Here you go. Lester. Don't run into the fender.
All right, Harley. You want money? This time I'm gonna pay you for your work.
But you said you was broke.
I am. But just as soon as I find a buyer for this coin collection, I'm gonna have some money.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, we got it for playing this club last weekend. The owner said it was worth a lot more than our usual fee.
Why don't you take it to a coin shop and sell it?
Well, to tell you the truth, Harley, I think this owner was a little bit shady. You know what I mean? Who knows where he got it? Anyway, I thought if I could find a dealer who was also a bit shady. You wouldn't know anybody like that, would you, Harley?
I got a friend that might.
I'd sure appreciate it, honey.
We'll see if I can get him.
Hey, Pearl, can you bring the brood bomb back to life?
Yeah. Ruby, remember when Mama used to say she was struck with a spear of inspiration?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what happened to me today. I thought of a new name for the act. The Starshine Sisters.
Starshine Sisters.
Huh?
Yeah, I like that. The Starshine Sisters. Ooh. What's that?
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Let me see, Pearl.
Ruby, it's nothing.
Pearl, I told you not to take anything.
Yeah, well, you also told me we needed some money to cut that new demo.
Not if it means spending the rest of our lives in jail, no.
We are not going to. I'm already making plans to get rid of them. Besides, no use crying over spilt milk. Can't very well take them back, can I?
No, you sure can't.
Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Harley.
Did you find someone?
Yeah, my friend come through.
Yeah, he was in Friday night.
You sure?
Yeah, he sat at that table right over there. I sat him there myself. He wanted to be next to the stage.
If bar hopping was an Olympic event, he'd be another Mark Spitz.
What?
I checked out 12 bars. He'd been in 4 of them that night.
But I bet this was his last stop.
Why do you say that?
Well, because when he left, it was almost 2 o'clock. Wouldn't have found any others open.
Was he alone?
He came in by himself, but left with the Macon dolls.
The Macon dolls.
Yeah, singing act. If you can call hitting every other note singing. But they're knockouts to look at, so.
The Macon dolls, what are the names?
Hey, don't ask me that. I book a lot of groups right off the streets. They come in, they look good, so I give them a shot. Afterwards, I slip them $50 and, so much for showbiz.
You leave any publicity pictures?
No. But I told you what they look like.
You did?
Yeah, knockouts. I mean, real knockouts.
An 1836 Siegel-Brecht silver dollar. Not in mint condition, but I must admit well cared for.
You want to buy it or not?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, it's really not much of a collection, but since you're a friend...
$500, that's the least I'll take for it, all right?
500?
Yeah.
Well, why quibble over a few dollars? I'll have to get the money from my office.
Well, I'll keep an eye on these.
If you wish. $500.
Barnaby Jones Investigations. May I help you?
Is he there?
No, I'm sorry he isn't. May I take a message?
It's Stanley Beauchamp at the Coin Gallery. An associate of Barnaby's stopped by earlier today. He said Barnaby was interested in a stolen coin collection. Well, it just walked in the door.
Did two girls bring it in?
Two girls. No, it's a young man. He's waiting here now.
Mr. Beauchamp, the owner of those coins, was murdered.
Murdered? Look, miss, I don't want to get involved with the murderer.
One of them was a redhead, the other brunette. Such faces, such babies.
Real knockouts.
What were their real names?
The real name? I don't know.
You must have called them something.
Oh, I didn't call them at all. They just walked into my office one morning. And in those 3 minutes, they made the biggest mistake. They sang for me.
They were really that bad, huh?
I don't make snap judgments anymore. Not since I turned down Alice Cooper. Can you beat that? Alice Cooper. I said to myself, what kind of name is that for a grown man? Mr. Jones, whatever happened to singers like Dick Hames, the Andrews Sisters?
Who?
And you never heard from them since?
Not a word. Of course, in this business, they come and go like the wind. Anybody can pluck a guitar, fancies himself another John Denver. And why not? I wish my own kid was another John Denver. Instead, he became a doctor.
Well, the way things are today, Mr. Prideman, you just can't tell how kids are going to turn out. If you should happen to hear from the girls, would you call me, please, at that number?
Why not? Sam Prideman Agency. Oh, yeah, just a minute. Mr. Jones, for you.
Hello?
Oh, Barnaby, I'm so glad I finally found you. I tried 5 other agents.
What is it?
Well, I just got a call from Stanley Beauchamp. There's a man in his store right this minute trying to sell the Dunbar collection. He said he'd try and stall him.
Thank you, Betty. We'll be right over. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Well, what'd you think?
I told you.
Now, wait a second. Wait a second. I meant I liked it. I didn't mean I loved it.
Well, what was wrong with it?
It needs work, that's all. Better phrasing, sharper beat, and that, dun, 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 dun.
You like that, huh?
Sweetheart, that went out with Brenda Lee.
Well, you're still going to produce the demo for us.
Yeah. As soon as you come up with $1,000.
$1,000 bucks? You said it would only cost $500.
Hey, that was a ballpark figure. It needs more work than I thought. A couple of extra sidemen wouldn't hurt either. Look, I've got a reputation. I once produced the Space People.
All right, Michael.
Then you can get the bread.
Sure,
Michael, Ruby and me, we were thinking. What we really need is a manager, you know, somebody who could look after us, take us under his wing. And instead of paying him cash up front, what we do is give him a commission and other benefits.
I'll see if I can find somebody for you. When can you get the bread?
I'll give you a call tomorrow.
You do that.
Oh, Harley, this is Michael Albert.
I got to talk to you inside. Come on.
What?
Come on.
Hey, don't. What's wrong with you, Harley?
Hey, you all in trouble. Now get in there.
Harley.
Harley? Michael Albert just happens to be the producer of our new song.
Yeah, where's he going to produce it? In jail? Now, come on.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you what I mean. Now, this coin collection is hot.
Harley, I told you I didn't trust that club owner.
I heard the guy on the phone. He said 2 girls done it.
Well, he was wrong.
Well, I suppose he's wrong about murder, too, huh?
Murder?
Harley.
Now, Pearl, I want the truth right now. I want to hear it now. Come on.
All right, Harley. If that's what you really want, Ruby, it's all right. I think he has right to know, feeling the way we do about each other. When we finished singing the other night, this man invited Ruby over for a swim. In that right, Ruby?
Yeah. Yeah, only except I didn't want to go by myself, so I asked Pearl to come along with me.
Uh-huh. And while I was resting myself in the bedroom, he left Ruby in the pool, came in, and started attacking me.
She was fighting for her virtue, Harley. When I saw what he was trying to do, I hit him over the head with this brass thing. And next thing I know, he was dead.
You can imagine how scared we were. But then Ruby got this idea to throw the body into the pool so it would look like an accident. And then I saw these things on the dresser. I said to myself, I said, Pearl, you deserve those for what he just did to you. So I took them. That's the honest truth, Harley.
I don't know what to believe. But I know this. You need a man to get a firm grip on you, and I'm just that man. Now, tonight, you and me, we're going away from here.
Away? Where?
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque? What's there?
A garage. I've been thinking about buying it, and I got enough money put aside, and I can do it now.
Harley, you can't...
Ruby, shut up! Now, you and me, we're going tonight, right after I get off work.
Harley, I can't.
You ain't got no choice in the matter. Look, you're coming with me, or I'm gonna turn you into the police. I love you that much, Pearl, and
Well, I don't know if I love you, honey.
Oh, you will. I mean, 2 weeks alone with me, and you'll love me. I'll see to that. You get yourself ready. I'll call you about an hour, all right?
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna hang on to these.
Mom never said the road be paved with honeysuckle.
Barnaby, he had an 1836 silver dollar with the artist's name engraved at the base, like this, C. Gobrecht. You know how much that's worth?
Before or after inflation?
Almost $2,000. All he wanted was $500 for the whole collection. Barnaby, I know I owed you a favor for helping me convince the police that I had nothing to do with those counterfeit rare coins that floated around last year.
I knew you had too much integrity for that.
But as of now, we're even.
The slate is wiped clean. Now, can you tell us anything more about him?
Just that I wouldn't want to get him angry at me. He was a big, husky guy.
Did you get his name?
No. Wait a minute. Harley.
Why do you say that?
I remember seeing the name Harley stitched to his jacket. And there was an O with a wing along the side. I'll show you.
Flying O.
Harley, will you come out from under there?
Oh, what are you doing here? I told you I'd come get you after I got my car going.
Well, I had to talk to you, Harley. It's important.
Well, go on.
Well, I've been thinking about what you said this afternoon, and I've come to the conclusion that you were right. The best thing for me to do is to go to Albuquerque with you, get married, settle down, have children. You do want children, don't you, Harley?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, I do, too. And I hope they're all boys. And look just like their daddy. Only... Well...
Only what?
Harley, I just got some terrible news about Ruby.
Well, tell me.
She's sick, Harley. Real sick.
Well, what she got?
The doctor won't know for sure till he performs the operation.
When is that gonna be?
I don't know. It costs a lot of money and we don't have any.
How much?
At least 1,000, probably more.
Well, I want to help. How's she gonna be my sister-in-law?
Really, Harley?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you could lend us some. You did say you had some saved up, didn't you?
Yeah, I got some.
Well, then, just as soon as little Ruby's back on her feet again, I can join you in Albuquerque.
Pearl, you tell Ruby go ahead and make the arrangements for that operation, okay?
Oh, Harley.
And just as soon as it's over and she's out, you can fly back from Albuquerque and take care of her. All right, and you have to send the bills to me.
Harley?
What do you think? You think I fell off some dumb permanent truck? I know what you want. Now, you get on back there and finish that packet. I'm gonna pick you up in 1 hour.
All right, Harley. Well, you can go for it. Creep. Guess there's only one thing left to do.
No, Pearl, there's got to be a better way.
Pearl? Is that you again?
Ruby, it's like Mama was right again. Not even Satan's army can stop the march of true talent.
Did Harley know a couple of singers called the Making Dolls?
Pretty. One's a brunette, one's a redhead. Yeah, it sounds like the two that used to come around to see him. I didn't know they sang, though.
You know the names?
No, I just started to work here a couple of weeks ago. That little redhead used to bring her car in for Harley to fix. Well, her name would be on a work order then, wouldn't it? No, he didn't write one up. He did the work for free. Didn't want the boss to know about it.
What kind of car?
Oh, 68 wreck. Sort of a faded blue.
Is that all you can tell us about the girls?
Yeah. They sure were pretty.
Just one thing on my mind, a magical ride on a sweet sensation. Love can be so fine, and don't let the time, honey, let's not waste it. Oh, you never can touch the stars above till you've taken the time to fly.
don't think we can beat that.
Kind of bring up the background music as much as possible. Try to drown out the voices.
Did you really like it, Michael?
Hey, like it? That baby's not going to just any flunky. I'm taking it to the head of Carlisle Records himself. But first, I'm taking the Starshine sisters out to dinner. Now go get dressed and meet me at the Samovar in an hour.
Hot darn.
We'll be there.
With bells on.
Samovar, all those record people there? Pearl, honey, we are on our way.
Just hope they have lots of champagne on ice.
Barnaby Jones, can I help you?
Mr. Jones, this is Sam Prideman.
Oh, Mr. Prideman.
I think I saw the Macon dolls. I wouldn't want to bet my life on it, but sure looked like them. Only these girls called themselves the Starshine Sisters.
Where were they?
A recording studio on Wilcox.
Are they still there?
No, they left. But I overheard them saying they was going to the Samovar for dinner.
Would you look at this?
Unless I'm in the wrong business, Carlisle's gonna want a 3-album deal. And you ladies are gonna need a personal manager.
Well, that's why we're counting on you, Michael. Think you can manage it?
I'll even tell you when to breathe.
A couple of knockouts. Wish we had a little more description than that.
Well, we know one's a brunette and one's a redhead.
We're still operating on suspicion. It's worth about 2 cents in the open market.
Want some more champagne?
Yeah.
Hey, you're the singers. The Macon Dolls.
I think you've got us mixed up with somebody else.
Are you putting me on? Oh, I get it. You don't want to be recognized in public. I won't tell another soul that you're here, but I caught your act in Whittier, a place called the Red Crow. Sensational. You're a couple of knockouts.
We never played the Red Crow in Whittier. We're called the Starshine Sisters.
Oh, yeah?
Starshine?
Uh-huh. Maybe you caught our act in Vegas. We play Vegas all the time.
Vegas? Where at in Vegas?
The Fiesta Lounge.
Fiesta Lounge? Well, then you must know my friend Sid Howard. He's a musical director there.
Oh, no, I don't think you do either.
You're right. I saw it work once in a Humphrey Bogart picture.
Oh, yeah, we saw that picture. What do you want?
My name's Barnaby Jones. I'm looking for somebody that killed a man named Harry Dunbar, stole his coin collection, and killed an auto mechanic named Harley Nelson.
Sounds like a big assignment.
Yeah, looking for a murderer always is.
Well, then, shouldn't you be working on it? Why, come to us.
Well, I didn't come to you. I came to the Macon Dolls.
Starshine.
I'm sorry. Starshine Sisters. An honest mistake. I apologize.
Oh, what did the Macon Dolls have to do with all this anyway?
Well, nothing that I can prove yet. But I just want to have a face-to-face confrontation with him and see what kind of reaction I get. Well, sorry to interrupt you. Starshine Sisters. Had a nice ring to it.
Ruby, if he finds out we were the Macon Dolls...
He just did.
Oh. Then we better get rid of those coins.
We got a whole lot more than that, Pearl. A whole lot more.
Remember him. You kidding? Now, you don't see 2 chicks like that every day. This is it.
This is their car?
It's the one I parked for him.
It's the prettiest wreck I ever saw.
Maybe they borrowed it from somebody.
Maybe they came into some money. Suddenly. Bought at Royal Motors today.
Does it say who bought it?
No, it shouldn't be too hard to find out.
Hi, Lester. I hope I'm not disturbing anything.
No, I was just watching something on the tube.
Oh. Well, Harley showed me where he lived once, and I just... Well, to tell you the truth, Lester, after what happened to Harley, I just need to be with someone. You can understand that, can't you, Lester?
Sure can. There was a private detective around asking questions about you and Harley.
There was? Ooh, what'd you tell him?
Well, almost nothing. I didn't know anything.
Oh, well, probably wasn't important anyway. My, you got a real cozy place here, Lester. Kind of place girl feels home in. I bet a lot of them have.
Not many.
Oh, now that's hard to believe. A nice-looking fella like you.
Get a beer? I bought a six-pack on the way home.
You are so cute. But I got a better idea. Why don't we go out someplace? You know, hear some music, have some fun. I mean, we can always come back here later.
I got just a place.
Well, then what are we waiting for?
Let me turn off the TV. You're the last person I expected to see knocking at my door.
Oh, life's road is full of unexpected turns, Lester. Woo!
There's this joint.
Yeah?
I knew from the day I saw you that you and I were made for each other.
Oh, Lester, you're such a one.
Oh, you.
Service manager, line 1. Service manager, line 1.
Here it is, Mr. Jones. That car was registered to a Miss Pearl Connors, 3241 Nichols Drive, Hollywood.
What about the new car? Same address?
Oh, yeah, but they wanted both their names on the registration this time, Pearl and Ruby Connors.
How did they finance it?
Oh, it was something you don't see too much of anymore, Mr. Jones. Cold, hard cash. $4,600 worth.
Marty? The owner of the Red Crow identified these pictures, and he is positive they're the making dolls.
Here's a girl that bought the car?
Yeah, that's them, all right.
Mr. Barnaby Jones, line 1.
Oh, you can take the phone in the office, Mr.
Barnaby
Jones.
Thank you. Line 1.
Boy, they're really something, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Real killers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby, I just heard from Lieutenant Biddle.
Yeah, I was just about to call him. Things are beginning to fall into place.
Well, according to him, the puzzle is already solved. The police arrested a suspect in Dunbar's murder early this morning.
Who was it?
A young mechanic by the name of Lester Gibson. It seems there was a fire in his trailer late last night. And from what I can gather, the arson investigators discovered the Dunbar collection stuffed behind a seat partition.
So what do you know about that?
Mr. Jones, I've never hurt anybody in my life. I've never even met this Dunbar, or whatever his name is.
According to Lieutenant Biddle, the police think that you killed Harley, too.
Why would I do that?
Well, Lester, the way they figure it is you and Harley followed Ruby and Pearl when they left the Red Crow with Harry Dunbar. Then you waited outside his house till they left. You went inside, you killed him, stole his coin collection, and then later on, you and Harley had a falling out over the coin collection, so you killed him, too.
It's a lie. Harley and I never went anyplace with each other. I only saw him at work.
How'd the coins get in your trailer?
I don't know. I've never seen the coins.
Did Harley's two girlfriends know where you lived?
One sure did. Last night I was watching television and Pearl, that was her name, came by and asked me to take her out for a drink. So we went out to the little bar and had a few beers. And when I got back, the firemen and the police were there. And before I was arrested for murder, I never killed anybody. I swear it.
Miss Pearl came in? What about her sister Ruby?
Never saw her. Pearl said she liked me. Said she needed someone like me to take care of her.
Well, so far, Lester, you've been doing a pretty good job.
Love can be so fine and never at the time. Honey, let's not waste
All right, it is good. It is good. But I still think it can be better. Let's take a break for lunch and be back here in an hour. Lou, I still want more bass.
Get my purse.
Man, that sure was pretty. You Ruby and Pearl Connors?
Who wants to know?
Well, now, I don't see anybody else around here asking, so it must be me.
Yeah, well, we're in a hurry.
Well, I got a little message for you here. I think you better take a look at it.
You girls coming?
You go on, Michael. We'll meet you back here. What is this supposed to mean?
Well, now, that depends. To a collector, this thing here's a thing of beauty. To a dealer, it's a way of making a fast buck. But to a friend of mine named Harley Nelson, it was a way of getting himself killed.
You knew Harley.
Like a brother.
Who are you?
Tom Morgan.
Well, he never told me anything about you.
Well, maybe not, but he sure told me a lot about you, Pearl. And your sister Ruby there.
Like what?
Oh, like how you picked up this guy at a bar and you killed him and you stole his coin collection.
He told you that? Dear Gussie, that boy had some imagination, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, don't you know it? He had imagination that wouldn't quit.
You didn't believe him either.
No, I didn't believe him, no. Not until he met with a little accident. And then I began to wonder, you see, and so I went to see Lester.
Oh, you would see old Lester.
Mm-hmm. Late last night, and just as I got there, you were leaving with him, Pearl. And then I saw something that just blew my mind.
What?
Well, Ruby, you went inside the trailer, you see, and you hid the coin collection behind this sort of seat thing, and then you started a little bit of a fire, but it wasn't a very good fire because I managed to sneak inside and take the coin collection out from behind the seat thing, and there it is, see?
Ruby, I think it's time we told this handsome young man the truth.
Pearl?
I can't hold it in anymore. This is gonna hurt you, Tom. But Harley killed Dunbar, and Lester helped him. Of course, we didn't know anything about it until Harley gave me the coins as a present. But that made Lester mad, and they had this terrible fight. Maybe it was Lester what dropped that old car on Harley. That's the honest truth, Tom.
Well, you sure make it hard not to believe you, Pearl. Except for one little thing. See, now, the night that Dunbar was killed, you see, Harley and I played poker till sunup.
What do you want, Tom?
Well, let's see. How's 50% of everything you make sound?
Like highway robbery, but you got a deal.
Well, now, just checking now. Now, how do I know I can trust you two after what you did to Harley?
Oh, we had good reason for that. After Harley found out we'd accidentally killed Dunbar, he tried to blackmail me into marrying him. He wanted me to go to Albuquerque with him and run a garage. Can't you just picture that? Shut up. We had to kill him, don't you see? He couldn't understand. He just could never understand that Ruby and me were born to sing. Pearl.
I think Harley was wrong, Pearl. You sang real good. I got it all on tape.
That's it, girls.
No, it isn't. Mr. Jones, you just bring that tape on down here. I'm not fooling. Hurry it up. Now, Pearl, you go up there and get that tape and get his gun. Whoa!
Could you please unbutton your jacket, Mr. Jones? Thank you.
Don't do it again, Pearl. Don't even try.
Tom? Tommy, that was sure a mean trick you played on us.
That's J.R.
Yeah, as Mama used to say, honeysuckle by any other name. Ruby and me, we're going to need the best lawyer in town, and we were wondering if you'd like to invest in our new record to help us pay for it.
Well, Pearl, somehow I get the feeling that even the best lawyer in the country isn't going to charge you very much.
I sure hope you're right. We've always needed somebody to take care of us.
Well, Barnaby, you really think they're going to get away with it?
Not a chance in a million, Jedediah. But I sure wouldn't want to be serving on that jury.
Don't open it yet. Aren't you going to check who it is first?
I always check, damn it.
Hello, fellas.
Sure no one followed you?
Now, do you think I'd walk in here if I thought somebody was following me, Fritz?
Listen, Munson. This place ain't safe anymore. I want you to tell the district attorney that I want to be moved to a different hideout.
Oh, not again.
Fritz, I've been with the marshal's office for at least 12 years, and all that time, you've been the biggest pain in the neck I've ever had to guard.
Listen, you guys don't even believe that Cavell and his partner got a contract out on me.
Well, look, the DA has us babysitting you around the clock. Doesn't that show his heart's in the right place?
I don't care. 4 days in one spot is precedent. Okay, I'm cutting out.
Why, sure, you do that, Fritz. Tomorrow's obit in the racing form is going to have the world's worst dresser making book on a daily line at St. Pete's pearly gates.
Well, at least it won't be the world's worst snitch.
Oh, come on now. Fritz, you're not going to cut out on that reward money by not showing up in court and fingering Cavell. Knock it off.
20,000 against my life. That's the way it always is. Whenever you're down on your luck, the odds are always rotten.
Well, hang in there, boy. 2 more days and it's all over.
Yeah, if I live long enough.
Who is it?
It's the maid. You want your room done?
No, that's all right. Come back later.
Okay. What about fresh towels? You got enough?
Now, we have plenty of them.
Hey, wait a minute. We'll take some towels. You never leave me any clean ones when I come on duty. Freeze! Fritz!
Me? Are you saying that I would have something to do with killing a marshal? You know something, Covell? You're not easy to take on an empty stomach. Yeah.
Lieutenant?
Right. What is Jones doing here?
Same thing I've been doing since the people at California Meridian hired me. Trying to convince people like you of the error of their ways.
Well, let's get on with it. The matter of the people versus Monty Covell, waiting trial on the charge that he and an unidentified John Doe took part in a $700,000 robbery of Los Santos racetrack. Present, along with Mr. Covell, are Barnaby Jones, investigator for Los Santos Underwriters, California Meridian Insurance, Mary Allen, stenographer, and Lieutenant John Biddle, LAPD. The accused has waived the right to have his attorney present. For the record, Mr. Covell, is that correct? Oh, sure. My lawyer's only going to say what I've been saying all along anyway. It's a frame. Just like Barnaby is supposed to have planted part of the stolen track receipts in your apartment when he nailed you, right? That's right. And when we get in court, it's going to be his word against mine.
And the word of Fritz Simon. He was there when we took you, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, now that's your story, isn't it? Only I hear that Fritz isn't around anymore. I guess maybe he must have had second thoughts about perjuring himself with all those lies that you had him tell.
Covell, we all know you have a sense of humor, but will you forgive us for not laughing on account of the gravity of the situation? There's been a killing.
Oh, yes, the marshal. Uh-huh. And what are you going to do? You going to frame me with that one, too? Gee, that ought to be a neat trick, especially seeing as how I was locked up in my cell at the time.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. There's an urgent call from Mr. Jones.
Thank you. Excuse me.
You wait here. Barnaby, you're right, as usual. There is no way Covell is going to deal away his partner's identity for a lighter rap now.
Well, I wouldn't, without the threat of Fritz taking the witness stand.
You're the only one Fritz trusts. You got to make sure he testifies or we are really in the soup.
We got to find him first.
Barnaby Jones' office, may I help?
Fritz, is he there?
Could you hold on for just a moment? It's Fritz. I don't know what to say to him.
Fritz, JR. Listen, Barnaby isn't here yet, so why don't you tell me where you are and I'll come and pick you up, okay?
Yeah, with the mop if I hang around here any longer. Come on, I got to keep moving.
Wait a minute, don't hang up. He's here. It's Fritz.
Fritz, you got all your friends worried about you.
I haven't got any friends, especially that DA that almost got me snuffed.
One man got himself killed trying to protect you. The least that you can do is try to hold up your end of the bargain.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll think it over on one condition.
You've got more conditions than a condominium lease. What is it?
$1,000 advance on that reward money, and we'll talk.
Where do we meet?
You meet me in the 3D parking area at the municipal parking lot on 9th Street there. And be there at 8 o'clock tonight.
Should have seen it. These two marshals were just changing shift, and the maid knocks on the door. You know, she wants to do the room.
Yeah, Fritz. Munson told us all about it.
Who would have figured that it would have been a guy dressed up like a broad? You think it was Covell's partner in the heist?
We don't know. He's still in a coma. Police haven't got a report on the prints yet.
What's that?
Street traffic. You keep jumping around like that, somebody's gonna throw a net on you.
Fritz, why don't you leave your car here and we give you a ride over to the DA's office?
Oh, no. No, I pass on that. I'm going to be in my own protective custody from now on. How about my $1,000?
Here's 50.
$50? How far's that going to get me?
Not as far as an airline ticket counter, that's for sure. You got a date in court that'll keep you eating for a while.
Oh, no. You got to nail Covell's partner first. You prove to me that the contract on yours truly has been canceled, and then I'll come into court. Not before that. $50.
Fritz, you know I'm not going to try to stop you, but think of what you're doing.
Barnaby Jones' office. May I help you?
Betty, it's J.R. Hi. J.R. Jones, how are you?
Well, hi, I'm Betty Jones. Would you care to dance?
Betty, I'm sorry. I think I just fell in love here. Are you a new student here?
Please, I have to make an important call.
JR, who are you talking to?
Betty wants to know your name.
It's Laura.
Phone number?
Please.
JR, why don't you call me back when you can keep your mind on business, hmm?
Betty, listen, just do me one favor. Tell me Barnaby doesn't need me. I may get married today.
Well, I'm sure Barnaby will want to congratulate you, but he's gone to meet Lieutenant Biddle at the hospital. They've identified the hitman.
You're kidding, who?
Well, all I know so far is he's a small-time junkie, name of Larry Riggs.
All right, I better call him at the hospital. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Listen, this'll only take a minute.
Okay, sure. Mine can wait.
Thanks. Oh, no. Can you lend me a dime?
Gonna have to stick around till I get it back.
Hello, operator? Operator, I'd like to place a collect call to a Mr. Harrison Woods in Aspen, Colorado. The number's 555-7431. This is his daughter, Laura Woods. Here's your time. Thank you very much.
There's a small matter of interest, but we can talk about that later.
Hello, Daddy? Daddy, it's Laura. No, I'm not at the lodge. I'm in Los Angeles. Didn't you get my note? Daddy, please don't be angry with me. I know that you warned me about him.
But I thought that Johnny was different. He said that if I followed him back to Los Angeles, he'd... Oh, Daddy. He's not a student like he said he was. They never even heard of him. Daddy, please don't say things to me like that. I need your help. Please send me some money. No, Daddy, please don't hang up. Daddy? Daddy, please, please don't...
Listen, lots of people get stranded. You know, even me once. You know what's the matter with you? I'm gonna tell you what's the matter with you. You're hungry, huh? Right?
Thanks, but
I'm hungry. So what do you say if we both talk all about this over a cheeseburger, huh?
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be just a minute.
You're very nice.
Well?
Nothing to it.
Doctor's still in with Riggs. Doesn't look good.
Interesting item in his police record. He once worked at the Los Santos racetrack.
Yeah, he was a morning workout rider. Till he was barred 2 years ago on a narcotics bust.
Doesn't sound like the kind of talent Covell would want for a partner in a major racetrack heist.
I've known junkies who would kill their own mother for a fix. Who knows what Covell wanted him to do?
Senator.
Want to come in?
Sinking fast. You can try talking to him now if you want.
Riggs. Riggs, I'm a police officer. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm hurting. Man, I'm hurting bad.
I'm sorry, Riggs. You're not going to make it. Now, why don't you get it off your conscience? Are you Monty Covell's partner? Were you paid by his partner to hit Fritz Simon?
Ange, please. I'm hurting real bad.
It's not the wound. 8 milligrams IV. On top of everything else, he's suffering from drug withdrawal.
Sound like Angie, Angelo.
Does that ring a bell with you?
I don't know why. I can't say it doesn't.
Riggs, I need more. This Angie, Angelo. Is that a first name or a last name?
Promised. Straighten.
He's gone.
Thanks, JR. I really enjoyed the lunch.
Me too. We have got to make a habit of this.
That's very sweet of you, JR. But if you're thinking of making a charity case out of me, it's all right. I'm not going to starve.
Well, now, what are you going to do? You're going to move home to Aspen?
After the way my father spoke to me on the phone, I don't think I ever want to go back there again.
Did you lose your key?
Look, I'd invite you in, but $7 a day rooms aren't very attractive.
Tell you what, you let me in to use the phone, and I will put these on. See, they're rose-colored.
Okay.
Not bad at all, not bad at all. See, first thing we do is we can put the fireplace over there, then we rearrange the furniture, extend the pool into the living room, and a little imagination.
JR, you're a nut. A nut in shining armor, but a nut.
Will 9 get me an outside line on this?
No, you have to go through the motel office. Coffee?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'd like to make a local call, please. Yeah, the number is 555-9110. Thanks. You know, on second thought, I think we're going to have to abandon this palace after all.
Don't tell me. You found a flaw?
Well, with a new dining room set and my stereo equipment, snooker table, might be room if we hang it from the ceiling, but there still won't be any room left in the nursery.
I see. Well, Mr. Jones, before we think of having children, I suppose that I should get a job to help a struggling young law student pay for all of this. I got it. If it ever snows in Los Angeles, I can get one as a ski instructor.
Is that what you did in Aspen, huh? You taught skiing?
Sure.
Any good?
No.
Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby.
Where are you calling from, Las Vegas?
Las Vegas?
Yeah, Betty said you were getting married today. I figured that's the reason you hadn't called.
Listen, I tried to get you at the hospital. They told me you were in with Riggs.
He's dead.
Riggs is dead? Oh, man. Well, where does that leave us?
I'm not sure, but I think the link to Covell's partner might turn out to be a dope pusher I once heard about.
Oh, we're after a dope pusher, huh? Well, how does that tie in with Fritz?
Meet me at the corner of 2nd and Main in 15 minutes, and I'll fill you in.
Okay, I'll see you there. Listen, I think I'm gonna have to take a rain check on the coffee.
You have to go, huh?
Yeah. Hey, listen, how about my place tonight, huh? My mama's chicken cacciatore recipe will put you away. You busy?
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking about that case you're working on. It's really dangerous, isn't it?
Ah, so's driving on a freeway.
Well, I just want you to be careful.
I'll see you at 7:30.
Okay.
.44-3, his leg's still bothering him. How'd it go?
Well, score 1 dinner date for Mata Hari. You know, I think that spying on Jones is a waste of time. Fritz is probably out of the country by now.
Oh, no. He's like every horse tout I've ever known. Makes a score every now and then, but winds up mostly broke. Believe me, with Jones dangling that reward money, Fritz isn't going to be too far from his pocket.
I don't think Jones is that confident. Right now, he seems more interested in finding a dope pusher.
Pusher? Did you give a name?
No, but he said that they're out looking for him.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Harry? Harry? Why don't we get out now? You've got the money. We can go any place we want. Forget about Fritz.
And end up running the rest of our lives. Is that what you want?
No, but
That's what'll happen. If Covell goes down, he'll end up selling me out. Don't you see getting rid of Fritz is the only way? What's wrong? You don't like using the Jones kid, huh?
I feel funny about it.
How nice for you. You're developing a conscience.
Little Angel from Angie or Angelo. How'd you come up with a pusher named Little Angel?
It came to me after I remembered I once had a run-in with Eddie over there.
The guy clearing the table?
He's a junkie. Used to feed his habit by bouncing off car fenders for the insurance. He had a pusher called Little Angel.
What are we wasting time here for? If Little Angel's a middleman or even Covell's partner, why don't we just go straight for him, no?
My street contacts tell me that little Angel moves around a lot. We may have to go several places, but the trick is to find him before the trial starts tomorrow.
Okay. See if that old Tennessee bird dog trick of yours works.
Want coffee?
Yeah.
Sugar?
Hey, you sure look like you're hurting, man. Oh, bad. I'm real bad. Yeah, I've been there myself. What's the matter? Can't you connect?
I don't know. My man got busted. See, I got the bread here, but I lost my man.
Yeah, the street's getting pretty tight, but hey, maybe I can help anyway.
You help me connect? Where?
Well, the thing is, I'm a little short. Maybe we can help each other.
All right, look here, sure. It's 20 now, and 20 right here, okay?
Yeah, Pete, I'll be back in a while. No, hold it. No, you just sit right there until I bring him back.
Okay.
He's gonna want to look you over first.
Okay, hurry it up, okay? Yeah.
Hey, when did little Angel ever deal from the bottom of the deck? It's 100%, man. Look for me around the track starting Thursday, huh? Hey, Harry, how about Riggs? I guess we're off the hook now, huh?
There's only one problem. He talked before he died. He said a private detective off looking for you.
You sure?
Out of all the two-bit flakes you could have hired to put Fritz away, why do you pick a junkie who used to ride for me?
Hey, stay cool, Harry. Riggs rode for a lot of stables, not just yours. This private eye'll never trace him that way.
Doesn't have to. He's gonna find you.
Come on, even if he does, you know he's not gonna get anything out of me. You know that.
No, I don't. You see, I don't know that at all.
Hey, wait a minute, Harry. I mean, please give me a chance to make it up to you.
Okay, we don't want the neighbors listening in. Let's take a walk over to my car and we'll talk about it.
Hey, Harry, what if I get Fritz? I mean, you find him and I'll snuff him. How about that, okay?
That sounds good to me. We'll talk about it in the car. Move.
Come here, darling. I'm gonna carry you now. Take care of you. Yes, so sweet. Call the police, quick!
Fritz hasn't called yet, huh?
I can see by the look on your face that you haven't had much luck either.
Well, you know, there's not too many jobs in this building for skiing typists.
What's all this about?
Jedediah has been checking all the offices in the building to find a job for his new young lady.
Hey, are things that serious between you two?
Well, you know, just trying to help out a girl in distress.
Betty, you've been swamped with work lately. How would you like some help on a temporary basis?
You're kidding me.
It's up to Betty.
Betty, I love you. You're terrific. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, Lieutenant, you're looking good. Looking good.
A kid on something?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Listen, I wouldn't mind that kind of high.
Little Angel's file. His real name is Anthony Searles. Not much on him. He was once arrested for pushing, but he beat the rap. Now, what I would like to know is why didn't you call me in on it?
Well, John, I didn't want to do that until I was certain that little Angel was the man that Riggs named.
Oh, any more on the man seen walking away from the shooting?
Oh, the witness said she only saw him from behind. Not much of a description to go on.
Well, that's kind of a knotty problem. If the man who was seen walking away did kill little Angel, why did he go after him in the first place?
Excuse me.
Well, since we're supposing, you think maybe it was because he knew you were on to him?
Well, that's what puzzles me. How did he know it was little Angel when I only guessed it about an hour or two earlier?
Barnaby, excuse me. It's that client you were expecting.
Ask him to hold for a couple of minutes.
That's all right. We can do some more supposing later on. Only, next time, don't hold out on me.
Fritz, where are you?
You got a pencil, Barnaby, baby?
You shoot.
All right, you take Highway 45 south. Come to Apple Road, make a right.
I think the garlic toast is burning.
Well, it's only the toast. Cacciatore's okay. You hungry?
Uh-huh.
Good.
JR, I was reading about the case in the papers this afternoon, and I think it's really unfair.
What's unfair?
They don't even mention your name.
I'm an Indian. I'm not one of the chiefs.
Even so.
Look, let it taste.
It's fantastic.
Huh? Telling you. The only way you can ruin my mother's cacciatore recipe is with a nuclear device.
Now, what about this witness that everybody's looking for? Do you think he'll show up at the trial?
What is this? I'm trying to impress you with my culinary talents and now you can talk about his business, huh?
Well, if I'm going to get a job in your office helping Betty, I think I should know a little bit about what you're working on.
And you think you'll like it?
Like it? Like it, you bet. A racetrack robbery, somebody trying to murder a witness, chasing a dope pusher. It's a lot more exciting than working at a ski lodge.
Dope pusher. Did I tell you about that?
Well, yes, sir. Yes, that call you made from my place. The phone call you made to Mr. Jones. I overheard you mention a dope pusher.
Yeah, right. How about another taste here?
Wait a minute. There's something else that I want to try first.
Boy, this is some spread, huh, fellas? It's owned by Jake O'Hara, the cattle and feed guy. You know.
No, but I sure hope you do.
I didn't just break in here, you know. I once touted him on to 7 winners in a row. And ever since then, he lets me use the joint when he's out of town.
All right, how about it, Fritz? You been thinking it over?
What's the hurry, anyway? I'm lonely out here. I enjoyed the company.
Fritz.
All right. All right. I've been thinking about it. And the name Little Angel just doesn't connect.
What about his real name?
No? Anthony Searles? Doesn't mean anything to me either. Sorry, Barnaby. Sorry about the trial, too.
Yeah, so am I. Monty Covell would crack if you showed in court. You know that.
I don't know nothing, except I'm not going to show. Not when his partner's out there somewhere looking to blow me away.
Oh, for crying out loud, Fritz, the least you could do is just meet us halfway.
Hey. Wait a minute. How do you like that? If I tie the name Angel to the name Cyril's, I come up with the name of a jockey I knew like that.
What can you tell us about him?
Well, not much. Except I lost a bundle on him once. When he fell, broke himself up pretty badly, coming around the backstretch. But there's a guy who might be able to help you. He was a trainer that Seals rode for. Name of, Stroop, yeah. Harry Stroop.
Cyril's. Cyril's. No, I never heard of him.
You sure, Mr. Stroop?
Well, we were told by a reliable source that Angel Searles once worked for you.
That's so?
If there's any doubt, we could check the payroll record.
Wait a minute. Now that I think of it, there was a jock I used once by that name. It's hard to keep track. So many come and go, you know?
We tried to find people who knew him. His friends, his family.
I can't do you any good there. If I remember, he got hurt falling off his mount. And I never saw him again after that. I got a sick horse, Mr. Jones. Is there anything else?
No, if there is, we'll contact you.
Thank you.
Barnaby, you thinking what I'm thinking? Stroop's memory is just a little too convenient, huh?
That, and I can't figure how someone else would know we're looking for little Angel.
Beats me.
What about those two at the Ember scene?
No, I made sure that they couldn't overhear what I was, No, they didn't hear me.
Well, what is it? Did you talk to somebody else?
No. Not exactly.
What does that mean?
Nothing. When I called you, it was from Laura's place, but there's nothing to worry about on that score.
Maybe. But until I told you about my hunch, Betty was the only other person who knew.
Oh, come on, Barnaby.
Jedediah, I'm not pointing the finger, but you just met this girl. Maybe you better find out a little more about her.
All right. I will check her out if you want me to. If it makes you feel any better, but I think it's a waste of time.
I'm sure it is, but those kind of doubts are best laid to rest. Wow, that's a blow. Sorry to hear it. The judge just turned down the DA's motion for a postponement of Cavell's trial. Well, John, sorry to report things aren't much better around here. Right.
How long can the prosecution stall?
No later than tomorrow morning. What about your friend at the racetrack? She come up with anything?
Well, according to her bookkeeping records, Angel Searles did not race for Harry Stroop again after that riding accident.
What about Riggs?
Well, your hunch about him was right. Riggs also worked for Harry Stroop as a workout rider until he was barred for being a drug addict.
Well, that proves that there may have been a conspiracy between them, but it doesn't prove that Stroop was Covell's partner in a racetrack heist.
Or that he contracted Little Angel to hire Riggs for the hit on Fritz.
I guess I owe you an apology, Barnaby.
I was hoping that I would be the one who had to apologize.
Yeah, well, Laura's been... Damn. Everything she told was a lie. Everything. The lodge that she was supposed to work in Aspen never heard of her. The phone call to her father. The phone committee doesn't even have a listing for him. Oh, what a first-class patsy I am.
She could have run away from home and she doesn't want to be found.
Betty, if the circumstances were different, I would buy anything, but it's gotta be Laura who fingered Little Angel. Nobody else knew about it. Oh, man, what a jerk.
Barnaby, I mean, a girl lies about her father and where she came from, all right. JR doesn't have... I mean, that doesn't automatically brand her a criminal, does it?
Maybe not, but I think it could stand a little further looking into.
Is there something wrong?
Nothing really, my mind is on the case.
Oh, JR. It'll still be there when we get back.
I thought you were so interested in how the case is going and where our witness is.
I thought I was... Oh, listen. Listen, I can hear your heart. Is it as happy as mine?
Look, it's late, and I have to get back to the office before Barnaby leaves.
Spoiled sport.
Yeah, well, Barnaby has to leave by 1 o'clock so he can pick up Fritz Simon for his date in court.
Guess what, JR? My father changed his mind. So I'll probably move out of here to a nicer place. But I'll call you, and I'll tell you where.
Sounds fine. See ya.
Hi. My, you're jumpy. Anything?
Don't you ever sneak up on me like that again.
Sorry, darling.
All right.
You haven't answered. Did you find out where Fritz is? What are you doing?
I'm getting out of here. JR didn't say anything. I'm sorry, Harry, but it just didn't work out.
Laura, you know me. You know what I'll do to you if it means staying out of jail. I want some answers.
All right. All right. Barnaby Jones is leaving his office at 1 o'clock this afternoon to pick up Fritz Simon. Now, that's all I know.
That's my girl. 1 o'clock, huh? Hey, Laura. You're not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna stay right here until I get back. You understand what I'm saying?
He just left, and Stroop's right behind him.
Well, Fritz, have you thought it over? Have you made up your mind?
Yes, I've thought it over, and I'm still not going to do it. Not as long as that guy's out there waiting to blow me away.
Well, think about it this way. Supposing that you don't confront him now, you might be running for the rest of your life.
Well, I'll take my chances on that. I'm not going into that courtroom, and that's all there's to it.
What about your duty as a citizen? All right, Fritz, all bets are off. You won't come to court with me? Fine. The marshal will come and get you.
You're going away for life, dummy. I'll make a book on it.
Go up to the house and call Lieutenant Biddle. While you're there, give Fritz back his clothes.
Oh, what a nice surprise. Come on in.
It's all over, Laura.
What are you talking about?
Just about now, Fritz Simon is in the witness box putting Monte Covello away.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah. And I figure to avoid a life sentence, Covello will probably make a deal by naming his partner in the racetrack robbery, Harry Stroop.
That's marvelous. JR, why so glum? It worked out just the way you wanted.
Laura. You know, things will go a lot easier for you if you just tell the police where Stroop has the heist money hidden.
I'm sorry, JR. I just wish I had met you before I met him.
So do I.
You all right?
I'm fine.
The night air carried the faint, sweet scent of summer flowers and the distant murmur of the city lights, but inside the bustling nightclub, the atmosphere was alive with the vibrant rhythm of show business. On the stage, two young women were finishing their musical number, their voices blending in a melody that they hoped would be their ticket to stardom. Ruby, the brunette with a sharp gaze and an even sharper ambition, stepped back from the microphone with a triumphant smile. Beside her, her younger sister Pearl, a radiant redhead with an innocent countenance that hid a calculating mind, smoothed down her dress as the scattered applause filled the room. "Beautiful, terrific, I love it, great," exclaimed Harry Dunbar, a middle-aged man who had been watching them from a front-row table with rapt attention. He raised his glass toward the stage, his eyes bright with the excitement of a man experiencing a sudden rush of youth. As the sisters stepped off the stage, Harry was already on his feet, moving quickly to intercept them. "Hey, let me help you with those things," he said, reaching out to take a small equipment case from Pearl. "Thanks," Pearl replied, offering him a sweet, wide-eyed smile that had disarmed many men before him. "Say, if you are looking for some fun, I know exactly where you can find it," Harry said, his voice dropping to a confidential whisper as he looked between the two attractive young women. "Don't tell me you own an amusement park," Ruby said, her voice laced with a playful but skeptical tone. "No, but I do own a little house near here with a swimming pool and a well-stocked bar and tiki torches," Harry countered, leaning in closer. "Why don't you and me go have a party?" "Sounds like a ball," Pearl chimed in, giggling softly as she looked at her sister. "But before leaving home, my mother made me promise to take care of my baby sister, Pearl." Harry laughed, assuming it was all part of the fun. Within an hour, they had arrived at the sprawling suburban home of Harry Dunbar. The backyard was transformed into a tropical oasis, with the promised tiki torches casting long, dancing shadows across the pristine blue water of the swimming pool. Harry had lost no time in mixing drinks and trying to impart his knowledge of the good life to the two sisters. He stood close to Ruby near the edge of the water, attempting to guide her arms in a mock swimming lesson. "If I am going to teach you, you got to get a little closer," Harry murmured, his judgment clouded by the alcohol and the thrill of the evening. "Oh yeah?" Ruby asked, stepping back slightly with a tight smile. "Okay now." "Okay. Now," Harry repeated, reaching for her again. "You see? You are drowning me." "Wait a minute," Harry laughed, shaking his head. "Didn't I tell you I used to be a lifeguard?" "No," Ruby said, her eyes narrowing slightly as she studied his face. "I have a strange feeling there is a lot you have not told me." "Oh, like what?" Harry asked, turning to pour another drink. "Like you are married," Ruby said flatly. Harry paused for a moment, his shoulders dropping slightly before he turned back with a sigh. "All right," he admitted. "I am married, but I am separated. It was after 15 years. My wife walked out on me. Just like that. I don't mind telling you, Ruby, it hurt. But that is why I am glad that I found you and your little baby sister, Pearl." "Polly," Ruby corrected him automatically. "Where's Pearl, anyway?" "Oh, she is probably just sleeping it off," Ruby said, waving a hand toward the dark house. "She can't drink that much anyway." Inside the darkened master bedroom of the house, Pearl was far from asleep. She was quietly sliding drawers open, her fingers moving with practiced agility. She wasn't looking for a place to rest. She was looking for anything of value. Her eyes caught the glint of metal inside a heavy wooden cabinet, and she pulled out a beautifully crafted leather case containing a rare coin collection. Her breath caught at the sight of the gleaming silver and gold pieces. Suddenly, the bedroom door flew open, and the lights flooded the room. Harry stood in the doorway, his face twisted in a mixture of anger and betrayal. "Shoo, shoo, shoo," he hissed before his voice turned dark. "You little thief." "I was. You was just ripping me off. You and your sister figured you had an easy pigeon, didn't you?" "Oh, no," Pearl stammered, backing away as she clutched a heavy brass ornament she had grabbed from the dresser. "My little sister, Pearl, I am going to teach you a lesson," Harry shouted, lunging forward to grab her. "Pearl, next time, you won't be able to go back." Ruby, who had followed Harry into the house, rushed into the room just as Harry grabbed Pearl by the shoulders. "Ruby!" Pearl screamed in terror. "Get it! I am going to fix you both," Harry yelled, his grip tightening. "Pearl, no!" Ruby cried out. In a panic of adrenaline and desperation, Pearl swung the heavy brass ornament with all her might. It struck Harry squarely on the side of the head with a dull thud. The anger instantly vanished from his face, replaced by a blank stare as his knees buckled. He crashed heavily to the floor, rolling over near the edge of the hallway transition, and then lay perfectly still. The room fell into a terrifying silence, broken only by the heavy breathing of the two sisters. Ruby rushed forward, kneeling beside the fallen man. She placed 2 fingers against his neck, waiting, hoping for a pulse. "Ruby, Ruby," Pearl whispered, her voice trembling violently. "Doesn't look like he is breathing," Ruby said, her voice hollow as she looked up at her sister. "He is a Ruby. He is dead. We better get out of here." "We can't leave him just like this," Pearl said, panic rising in her chest as she looked down at the brass object in her hand. "What if someone saw us leave the club with him? Well, think of something." Ruby stood up, her mind working furiously despite the shock. "We will dump him in the pool," she decided, her voice turning cold and pragmatic. "He was drinking. They will think he just slipped and hit his head on the side. What about the stuff?" "We gotta put everything back," Pearl said, looking at the coin collection. "But if we don't put everything back, they will know it wasn't an accident," Ruby argued, grabbing a cloth from the vanity. "And take one of these and wipe everything off, okay?" "Go on." "I mean everything, Pearl." "I heard you, Ruby. I heard you," Pearl whimpered, wiping down the surfaces she had touched with trembling hands. Hurry up. The following morning, the California sun shone brightly over the Dunbar residence, but the mood was somber. Barnaby Jones, the veteran private investigator known for his sharp mind and gentle manners, stood by the edge of the swimming pool, looking down at the water. Beside him stood Mrs. Dunbar, a woman gripped by grief and a deep sense of unease. "I can remember a time when the only thing people did in pools was swim," Barnaby said softly, his voice carrying the calm wisdom of his years of experience. "My husband bought that somewhere," Mrs. Dunbar said, gesturing vaguely toward the house before turning her tear-filled eyes to the detective. "Mr. Jones, I just don't believe it was an accident. The police didn't find anything to say it wasn't. Harry never went swimming late at night, drunk or sober. In fact, he rarely used the pool at all. He had other interests." "What other interests?" Barnaby asked gently. "Women," Mrs. Dunbar replied, her voice cracking slightly. "Oh, Mrs. Dunbar, are you sure?" Barnaby inquired, his tone sympathetic but analytical. "Yes," she said, nodding firmly. "Harry was going through sort of a middle-aged crisis. I found out that he was going to neighborhood bars and picking up women. I confronted him about it several months ago. He said he swore he would stop. He said he still loved me. I loved him, and I forgave him. Still, you think with you out of town for a few days," Barnaby began. "Yes, he might have brought somebody here," she interrupted. "Somebody who also might have stolen his coin collection." "Couldn't your husband have sold the collection while you were away?" Barnaby asked, exploring every possibility. "That is what the police said," Mrs. Dunbar sighed. "But Harry adored those old coins." "Oh, please, Mr. Jones. I know it may sound selfish, but if Harry's death was an accident that I might have prevented by being here, then I will have that guilt on my conscience for the rest of my life." "I will do what I can," Barnaby promised, his warm demeanor offering a small measure of comfort to the grieving widow. Across town, in a dusty auto repair garage filled with the scent of motor oil and old tires, Harley Nelson was wiping his grease-stained hands on a rag. He was a large, husky mechanic who took pride in his work, but harbored a deep fondness for Pearl Connors. Pearl was currently sitting on the bumper of her faded blue sedan, watching him work on the engine.
"Can you fix it or not?"
Pearl asked, tapping her foot impatiently. "Anything that runs on gas, I can fix," Harley replied, looking up at her with a mixture of affection and frustration. "Tell the truth, Broad. I am just getting pretty tired of fixing things for you. I am not getting anything in return." "You are not getting anything?" Pearl said, tilting her head with a pout. "Well, Harley, we got together, don't we?" "I am not talking about that," Harley said, stepping closer and looking at her earnestly. "I want you to marry me, Pearl. Settle down. Have kids." "Harley, I am not giving up my career," Pearl said, dismissively waving her hand. "Ruby and me, we were born the same." "But you ain't getting anywhere," Harley pointed out, gesturing toward her battered car. "That is because true talent takes time to mature," Pearl replied confidently. "But we're gonna make it. You will see. Now, you gonna fix this thing, or do I have to take it somewhere else?" Harley sighed, knowing he could never say no to her. He turned to his assistant, a young, quiet mechanic who was working nearby. "Lester?" he called out. "Yeah, Harley?" Lester asked, looking up from his workbench. "You are not going to use that socket wrench," Harley told him. "You are not using it for a minute. Here you go. Lester, don't run into the fender." "All right, Harley," Lester said, taking the tool and moving carefully around the car. Pearl looked at Harley, a sudden thought striking her. "You want money? This time I am going to pay you for your work." "But you said you was broke," Harley said, looking at her suspiciously. "I am," Pearl admitted with a sly smile. "But just as soon as I find a buyer for this coin collection, I am going to have some money." She reached into her large purse and pulled out a heavy velvet pouch, tipping it slightly to reveal the gleaming vintage coins inside. Harley's eyes widened as he looked at the collection. "Where did you get that?" he asked, his voice dropping. "Oh, we got it for playing this club last weekend," Pearl lied smoothly. "The owner said it was worth a lot more than our usual fee. Why don't you take it to a coin shop and sell it?" "Well, to tell you the truth, Harley, I think this owner was a little bit shady," Pearl said, leaning in closer to him. You know what I mean? Who knows where he got it? Anyway, I thought if I could find a dealer who is also a bit shady. You wouldn't know anybody like that, would you, Harley? I got a friend, Harley said hesitantly, his mind racing. I would sure appreciate it, Han, Pearl said, patting his arm affectionately. I will go see if I can get him, Harley said, turning away to find his phone. Hey, Pearl, can you bring the blue bomb back to life? Yeah, Pearl called back as Harley walked toward the office. A short while later, Pearl returned to the modest apartment she shared with her sister. Ruby was sitting at the kitchen table, reviewing some sheet music, when Pearl walked in with a bright smile on her face. Ruby, remember when Mama used to say she was struck with a sphere of inspiration? Pearl asked excitedly. Uh-huh, Ruby replied without looking up. Well, that is what happened to me today, Pearl said, sitting down across from her. I thought of a new name for the act. The Starshine Sisters. Starshine Sisters, huh? Ruby repeated, letting the name roll over her tongue. Yeah, I like that. The Starshine Sisters. Pearl reached into her bag and set the heavy velvet pouch on the table with a soft thud. Ruby's eyes darted to the bag immediately. What's that? She asked, her tone instantly becoming sharp. Oh, nothing, Pearl said, trying to pull it back. Let me see, Pearl, Ruby demanded, reaching over and snatching the pouch. Ruby, it's nothing, Pearl protested. Ruby opened the pouch and poured a few of the rare silver dollars into her hand. Her face paled as she recognized them. Pearl, I told you not to take anything, she hissed. Yeah, well, you also told me we needed some money to cut that new demo, Pearl countered defensively. Not if it means spending the rest of our lives in jail. No, Ruby said, shaking her head angrily. You're not going to. I am already making plans to get rid of them. Besides, no use crying over spilt milk, Pearl said, crossing her arms. I can't very well take them back, can I? No, you sure can't, Ruby admitted grimly, quickly hiding the coins away as a knock sounded at the door. It was Harley. He walked into the apartment, looking nervous but determined. Hi, Ruby, he said politely before turning to Pearl. Hi, Harley. Did you find someone? Pearl asked eagerly. Yeah, my friend comes through, Harley said, nodding. He knows a guy who deals in these kinds of things. Meanwhile, Barnaby Jones was continuing his investigation into the final hours of Harry Dunbar. His search had led him to the Red Crow, a popular neighborhood bar in Whittier. The manager of the club was cooperative, recalling the night in question clearly as he spoke to the detective. Yeah, he was in Friday night, the manager said, pointing toward a corner of the room. You sure? Barnaby asked. Yeah, he sat at that table right over there. I saw him there myself. He wandered me next to the stage. Bar hopping was an Olympic event for him. He had been on the marks, but... What? Barnaby asked, encouraging him to continue. I checked out 12 bars, Barnaby noted. He had been in 4 of them that night. Well, I bet this was his last stop, the manager said. Why do you say that? Barnaby inquired. Well, because when he left, it was almost 2 o'clock. Wouldn't have found any others open. Was he alone? Barnaby asked, taking out his notepad. He came in by himself, but left with the Macon dolls, the manager revealed. The Macon dolls? Barnaby repeated, raising an eyebrow. Yeah, a singing act, the manager said with a chuckle. If you can call any of the other notes singing. But they are knockouts to look at, so. The Macon dolls, Barnaby muttered, writing the name down. What are their names? Hey, don't ask me that, the manager replied, waving his hands. I book a lot of groups right off the streets. They come in, they look good, so I give them a shot. Afterwards, I slip them $50 and, so much for showbiz. Did they leave any publicity pictures? Barnaby asked. Nope, the manager said. But I told you what they looked like. You did? Barnaby asked with a wry smile. Yeah, knockouts, the manager emphasized. I mean real knockouts. While Barnaby was gathering clues in Whittier, Harley Nelson had taken the Dunbar coin collection to a high-end coin gallery owned by a man named Stanley Beecham. Stanley sat behind his velvet-covered counter, examining one of the large silver pieces through a magnifying loupe. An 1836 Siegelbrecht silver dollar, Stanley murmured in admiration. Not in mint condition, but I must admit, well cared for. You want to buy it or not? Harley asked impatiently, shifting his weight from foot to foot. Well, I will tell you the truth, it's really not much of a collection, Stanley said, trying to downplay the value to get a better price. But since your friend, $500, that's the least I will take for it, all right? Harley interrupted, setting his price. 500? Stanley asked, looking up. Yeah, Harley nodded. Well, why quibble over a few dollars? I will have to get the money for my office. Well, I will keep an eye on these, Harley said, reaching for the pouch. If you wish, Stanley said smoothly, stepping into the back office. As soon as the door closed behind him, Stanley picked up the telephone and dialed a number he had been given by a private investigator earlier that week. At the Barnaby Jones Investigative Agency, the telephone rang. Betty Jones, Barnaby's dedicated daughter-in-law and capable assistant, picked up the receiver. Barnaby Jones Investigations, may I help you? She asked. Is he there? Stanley Beauchamp's voice came through the line, low and hurried. No, I am sorry, he isn't, Betty replied. May I take a message? It's Stanley Beecham at the Coin Gallery, the dealer said quickly. An associate of Barnaby's stopped by earlier today. He said Barnaby was interested in a stolen coin collection. Well, it just walked in. Did two girls bring it in? Betty asked, recalling the description Barnaby had given her of the singing act. Two girls? No, it's a young man. He's waiting here now, Stanley corrected her. Mr. Beecham, the owner of those coins, was murdered, Betty said urgently. Murdered? Stanley gasped on the other end of the line. Look, miss, I don't want to get involved with a murderer. He hung up the phone in a panic, leaving Betty staring at the receiver. Barnaby, meanwhile, had tracked down the talent agent who had originally booked the Macon dolls. The agent, Sam Pridman, was a colorful character who operated a small office filled with old theatrical posters. One of them was a redhead, Barnaby noted, reviewing his notes with the agent. The other, brunette. Such faces, such babies, Sam Pridman sighed, shaking his head. Real knockouts. What were their real names? Barnaby asked. Their real name? I don't know, Sam admitted. You must have called them something, Barnaby pointed out. Oh, I didn't call them at all, Sam explained. They just walked into my office one morning. And in those 3 minutes, they made their biggest mistake. They sang for me. They were really that bad, huh? Barnaby asked with a faint smile. I don't make snap judgments anymore, Sam said defensively. Not since I turned down Alice Cooper. Can you beat that, Alice Cooper? I said to myself, what kind of name is that for a grown man? Mr. Jones, whatever happened to singers like Dick Hames, the Andrews Sisters? Who? Barnaby asked, amused by the agent's nostalgia. And you never heard from them since? Barnaby brought the conversation back on track. Not a word, Sam said. Of course, in this business, they come and go like the wind. Anybody can pluck a guitar, fancies himself another John Denver. And why not? I wish my own kid was another John Denver. Instead, he became a doctor. Well, the way things are today, Mr. Pridman, you just can't tell how kids are going to turn out, Barnaby said kindly, standing up to leave. If you should happen to hear from the girls, would you call me, please, at that number? Why not? Sam Pridman agreed, taking the business card. Sam Pridman, Agency. Just then, the telephone on Sam's desk rang. He picked it up, listened for a moment, and then looked at the detective. Oh, yeah, just a minute, Sam said, holding out the receiver. Mr. Jones, for you. Hello? Barnaby said, taking the phone. Oh, Barnaby, I am so glad I finally found you. Betty's voice came through, filled with relief. I tried 5 other agents. What is it? Barnaby asked, his tone turning serious. Well, I just got a call from Stanley Beecham, Betty explained quickly. There's a man in his store right this minute trying to sell the Dunbar collection. He said he'd try and stall him. Thank you, Betty, Barnaby said. We will be right over. Thank you very much for your time, sir, he added to Sam Pridman before rushing out the door. Back at the recording studio, Ruby and Pearl were listening to the playback of their new demonstration tape with an ambitious young independent record producer named Michael Albert. The music played through the large studio speakers, a catchy but unpolished tune. Well? Pearl asked anxiously as the music stopped. What did you think? I told you I loved it, Pearl exclaimed, turning to her sister. Now, wait a second, Michael Albert said, holding up his hands with a smirk. I meant I liked it. I didn't mean I loved it. Well, what was wrong with it? Ruby asked, her defensive instincts kicking in. It needs work, that's all, Michael explained, leaning back in his chair. Better phrasing. Sharper beat. And that You like that, huh? Pearl asked, pointing to a specific vocal run in the song. Sweetheart, that went out with Brenda Lee, Michael laughed. Well, you're still gonna produce the demo for us, Ruby stated, leaning over his desk. Yeah, Michael agreed. As soon as you come up with $1,000. $1,000? Pearl gasped. Yes, but it would only cost $500. That was a ballpark figure, Michael said smoothly. It needs more work than I thought. A couple of extra sidemen wouldn't hurt either. Look, I've got a reputation. I once produced the Space People. All right, Michael, Ruby said, silencing her sister with a look. Then you can get the bread. Sure, I will. Pearl began, but Ruby cut her off. Michael, Ruby, and me, we were thinking, Ruby said, adopting a softer, more alluring tone. What we really need is a manager. You know, somebody who could look after us, take us under his wing. And instead of paying him cash up front, what we do is give him a commission. And, other benefits. Michael smiled, understanding the implication perfectly. I will see if I can find somebody for you, he said, standing up. When can you get the bread? I will give you a call tomorrow, Ruby promised. You do that, Michael said, watching them walk out of the booth. As Ruby and Pearl stepped out into the alley behind the studio, they were startled to find Harley Nelson waiting for them, his face dark with anger. He stepped forward, grabbing Pearl by the arm. Oh, Harley, this is Michael Albert, Pearl began, trying to introduce the producer, who was walking behind them. I gotta talk to you inside, Harley interrupted, pulling her toward their car. Come on. What? Pearl protested, trying to pull away. Come on. Hey, don't. Ruby shouted, stepping between them. What's wrong with you, Harley? You're in trouble, Harley said through clenched teeth, pushing past Ruby. Get in there. Harley? Pearl cried as he shoved her into the passenger seat of the faded blue sedan. Michael Albert just happens to be the producer of our new song, Ruby said angrily, slamming the car door. Where's he gonna produce it? In jail? Harley barked, turning on her. What do you mean? Ruby asked, her heart skipping a beat. I will tell you what I mean, Harley said, glaring at them both. This coin collection is hot. Harley, I told you I didn't trust that club owner, Pearl tried to cover, but Harley wasn't buying it. I heard the guy on the phone, Harley revealed. He said 2 girls done it. Well, he was wrong, Ruby said coldly. I suppose he's wrong about murder, too, huh? Harley challenged, crossing his arms. Murder? Harley? Pearl whimpered, looking up at him with wide, tearful eyes. Pearl, I want the truth right now, Harley demanded, leaning into the car window. I want to hear it now. Come on. If that's what you really want, Ruby, it's all right, Pearl said, turning to her sister with a theatrical sigh. I think he has a right to know, feeling the way we do about each other. She looked back up at Harley, her voice dropping into a soft, sorrowful whisper. When we finished singing the other night, this man invited Ruby over for a swim. Isn't that right, Ruby? Yeah, Ruby agreed, playing along instantly. Yeah, only except I didn't want to go by myself, so I asked Pearl to come along with me. Uh-huh. And while I was resting myself in the bedroom, Pearl continued, her voice trembling with manufactured emotion. He left Ruby in the pool, came in and started attacking me. She was fighting for her virtue, Harley, Ruby added solemnly. When I saw what he was trying to do, Pearl sobbed, I hit him over the head with this brass thing. Next thing I know, he was dead. You can imagine how scared we were. But then Ruby got this idea to throw the body into the pool, so it would look like an accident. And then I saw these things on the dresser. I said to myself, Pearl, you deserve those for what he just did to you. So I took them. That's the honest truth, Harley. Harley stared at her, his anger wrestling with his deep affection for the young woman. He rubbed his face with a heavy hand. I don't know what to play, he admitted softly. but I know this. You need a man to get a firm grip on you, and I am just that man. Now, tonight, you and me, we're going away from here. Away? Where? Pearl asked, her tears vanishing instantly. Albuquerque, Harley declared. Albuquerque? What's there? Ruby asked in disgust. A garage, Harley said proudly. I've been thinking about buying it, and I got enough money put aside, and I can do it now.
Harley, you can't take.
Ruby began, but Harley cut her off fiercely. Ruby, shut up. He snapped. Now, you and me, we're going tonight right after I get off work, he told Pearl. Harley, I can't, Pearl protested. You ain't got no choice in the matter, Harley said firmly. Look, you're coming with me or I'm gonna turn you into the police. Now, I love you that much, Pearl. And well, I don't know if I love you, honey, Pearl said, trying to soften him up. Oh, you will, Harley said confidently. Honey, 2 weeks alone with me, and you will love me.
I will see to that.
You get yourself ready. I will call you by an hour, all right? Okay, Pearl whispered. Now, I am going to hang on to these, Harley said, patting his jacket pocket where the coins were hidden. He turned and walked away, leaving the sisters alone in the car. Mom never said the road be paved with honeysuckle, Pearl muttered, her face turning cold and calculating once more. By the time Barnaby Jones arrived at the coin gallery, Harley Nelson had already fled with the collection. Barnaby stood with Stanley Beecham, reviewing the description of the man. Barnaby had an 1836 silver dollar with the artist's name engraved at the base, like this, Stanley explained, drawing a rough sketch on a piece of paper. Siegelbrecht. You know how much that's worth? Before or after inflation? Barnaby asked with a quiet chuckle. Almost $2,000, Stanley said. All he wanted was $500 for the whole collection. Barnaby, I know I owed you a favor for helping me convince the police that I had nothing to do with those counterfeit rare coins that floated around last year. I knew you had too much integrity for that, Barnaby said reassuringly. But as of now, we're even, Stanley insisted. The slate is wiped clean. Now, can you tell us anything more about him? Barnaby asked, leaning over the counter. Just that I wouldn't want to get him angry at me, Stanley recalled, shuddering slightly. He was a big, husky guy. Did you get his name? Barnaby inquired. No, Stanley said, then paused. Wait a minute. Harley, why do you say that? Barnaby asked. I remember seeing the name Harley stitched to his jacket, Stanley remembered. And there was an O with a wing along the side. I will show you. Flying O. Barnaby nodded, recognizing the emblem of a well-known local motorcycle and auto repair chain. He thanked the dealer and left to track down the repair shops in the area. Later that afternoon, Harley was back at his garage, working underneath a car on a hydraulic lift. He heard footsteps approaching and slid out from under the chassis on his mechanic's creeper. He was surprised to see Pearl standing there, looking distraught. Will you come out from under there? Pearl asked anxiously. Pearl, what are you doing here? Harley asked, standing up and wiping his hands. I told you I'd come get you after I got my car going. I had to talk to you, Harley, Pearl said, stepping close and looking up at him with pleading eyes. It's important. Well, go on, Harley said, listening. Well, I've been thinking about what you said this afternoon, Pearl began, her voice dropping into a sweet, submissive register. And I've come to the conclusion that you were right. The best thing for me to do is to go to Albuquerque with you, get married, settle down, have children. You do want children, don't you, Harley? Oh, yeah, sure, Harley stammered, caught off guard by her sudden change of heart. Well, I do, too. Pearl smiled beautifully. And I hope they're all boys. And just like their daddy. Only. Wait, Harley said, his eyes narrowing slightly. Only what?
Harley,
I just got some terrible news about Ruby, Pearl said, her bottom lip trembling. Well, tell me, Harley said. She's sick, Harley, Pearl cried softly. Real sick. Well, what she got? Harley asked, concerned despite himself. The doctor won't know for sure till he performs the operation, Pearl lied flawlessly. When is that going to be? Harley inquired. I don't know. Pearl sighed heavily. It'll cost a lot of money, and we don't have any. How much? Harley asked. At least 1,000, Pearl said, looking at him expectantly. Probably more. Well, I want to help, Harley said, nodding slowly. How's she going to be my sister-in-law? Really, Harley? Pearl asked, her eyes shining with false hope. Yeah, Harley said. Well, if you could lend us some. You did say you had some saved up, didn't you? Pearl pressed. Yeah, I got some, Harley admitted. Well, then, just as soon as little Ruby's back on her feet again, I can join you in Albuquerque, Pearl suggested smoothly. Pearl, you tell Ruby go ahead and make the arrangements for that operation, okay? Oh, Harley, Pearl gasped, reaching out to hug him. And just as soon as it's over and she's out, Harley continued, his voice turning firm as he pulled back. You can fly back from Albuquerque and take care of her. All right, and you have to send the bills to me. Harley, Pearl protested, realizing her plan had failed. What do you think? Harley asked, a cynical smile appearing on his face. You think I fell off some dumb permanent truck? I know what you wanted. You get on back there and finish that pack, and I'm going to pick you up in 1 hour. All right, Harley, Pearl muttered, her expression turning hard as she turned on her heel and walked away. She met Ruby around the corner of the building, where her sister was waiting in the shadows. He didn't go for it, Pearl reported angrily. Creep. Guess there's only one thing left to do. No, Pearl, Ruby said nervously. There's got to be a better way. Inside the garage, Harley had returned to work under the heavy vehicle on the hydraulic lift. He was focused on the suspension, unaware of the shadow moving silently near the hydraulic release lever across the garage floor. Pearl, is that you again? Harley called out, hearing a faint sound. There was no answer, only the sudden, terrifying hiss of hydraulic fluid escaping under high pressure. Harley looked up in horror as the massive steel frame of the car began to drop rapidly toward him. Ruby? Harley screamed, but his voice was cut short as the heavy vehicle crashed down, pinning him beneath its immense weight. A few moments later, the garage fell completely silent once more. Pearl stood by the release lever, her face pale but resolute. Looks like Mama was right again, she whispered to herself. Not even Satan's army can stop the march of Two-Tailed. A short while later, Barnaby Jones arrived at the garage, accompanied by his young associate, Jedediah Jones. They found the garage cordoned off with police tape, a young assistant mechanic sitting on a crate outside, looking shaken. Barnaby approached him, showing his identification. Did Harley know a couple of singers called the Macon Dolls? Barnaby asked gently. Pretty, Jedediah added. One's a brunette, one's a redhead. Yeah, sounds like the two that used to come around to see him, the young mechanic recalled, nodding. I didn't know they sang, though. You know their names? Barnaby asked. No, I just started work here a couple weeks ago, the boy explained. That little redhead used to bring her car in for Harley to fix. Well, her name would be on a work order then, wouldn't it? Jedediah pointed out. No, he didn't ride one up, the assistant said, shaking his head. He did the work for free. Didn't want the boss to know about it. What kind of car? Barnaby inquired. Oh, a '68 wreck, the boy described. Sort of a faded blue. Is that all you can tell us about the girl? Barnaby asked. Yeah, the boy sighed. They sure were pretty. Meanwhile, at Michael Albert's recording studio, the producer was ecstatic as he listened to the finalized mix of the Starshine Sisters track. The music filled the room, the heavy bass line masking some of the vocal imperfections. Don't think we can beat that, Michael said, adjusting the sliders on the mixing console. Kind of bring up the background music as much as possible. Try to drown out the voices. Don't you really like it, Michael? Pearl asked, leaning over his shoulder. Hey, like it? Michael grinned. That baby's not going to just any flunky. I am taking it to the head of Carlisle Records himself. But first, I am taking the Starshine Sisters out to dinner. Now, go get dressed and meet me at the Samovar in an hour. Hot, darling, Ruby smiled, her eyes flashing with excitement. We will be there, with bells on. As they walked out to their car, Pearl could hardly contain her joy. The Samovar, all those record people there, she gushed. Pearl, honey, we're on our way. I just hope they have lots of champagne on us. Back at the Barnaby Jones agency, the telephone rang again. Barnaby picked it up immediately. Barnaby Jones, can I help you?
He said.
Mr. Jones, this is Sam Pridman. The talent agent's voice came through loud and clear. Oh, Mr. Pridman, Barnaby said, signaling to Jedediah to listen in. I think I saw the Mekong dolls, Sam reported. I wouldn't want to bet my life on it, but it sure looked like them. Only these girls called themselves the Starshine Sisters. Where were they? Barnaby asked quickly. A recording studio on Wilcox, Sam revealed. Are they still there? Barnaby inquired. No, they left, Sam said. But I overheard them saying they were going to the Samovar for dinner. At the Samovar, an upscale, dimly lit restaurant frequented by the elite of the entertainment industry, Michael Albert was raising a glass of champagne to Ruby and Pearl, who were looking elegant in their dinner dresses. Unless I am in the wrong business, Carlyle is going to want a 3-album deal, Michael declared confidently. And you ladies are going to need a personal manager. Well, that's why we're counting on you, Michael, Ruby said, offering him a sweet smile.
Think you can manage it?
I will even tell you when to breathe, Michael boasted, clinking his glass against theirs. A few tables away, Barnaby Jones and Jedediah had just walked in, guided by the maitre d'. They spotted the trio immediately. A couple of knockouts, Jedediah murmured, looking across the room. Wish we had a little more discretion. Well, we know one's a brunette and one's a redhead, Barnaby said quietly. We're still operating on suspicion. It's worth about 2 cents in the open market. At the table, Michael stood up to greet an acquaintance, leaving the sisters alone for a moment. Want some more champagne? Pearl asked, reaching for the bottle. Yeah, Ruby nodded. Suddenly, a regular patron of the club who had seen them perform before stepped up to their table with a wide smile. Hey, you're the singers, the Mekong dolls, he said excitedly. I think you've got us mixed up with somebody else, Ruby said instantly, her voice turning cold. Are you putting me on? The man laughed. Oh, I get it. You don't know who you recognize in public. I won't tell another soul that you're here, but I caught your act in Whittier, a place called the Red Crow. Sensational. You're a couple of knockouts. Oh, we never played the Red Crow in Whittier, Pearl lied smoothly, flashing a dazzling smile. We're called the Starshine Sisters.
Starshine?
The man asked, confused. Uh-huh, Pearl nodded. Maybe you caught our act in Vegas. We play Vegas all the time. Vegas? Where in Vegas? The man inquired. The Fiesta Lounge, Ruby answered quickly. Fiesta Lounge? The man repeated, his brow furrowing. Well, then you must know my friend, said Howard. He's a musical director there. Oh, no, I don't think you do either. A calm, measured voice interrupted from behind the man. The man turned to see Barnaby Jones standing there, his expression serene but intense. You're right, Barnaby said to the patron, who excused himself and walked away. I saw it work once in the Humphrey Bogart picture, Barnaby noted, looking down at the two sisters. Oh, yeah, we saw that picture, Ruby said, narrowing her eyes. What do you want? My name's Barnaby Jones, the detective introduced himself calmly. I am looking for somebody that killed a man named Harry Dunbar and stole his coin collection and killed another mechanic named Harley Nelson. Sounds like a big assignment, Pearl said, trying to maintain her composure. Yeah, I am looking for a murderer, Barnaby said flatly. Well, then, shouldn't you be working on it? Ruby challenged, crossing her arms. Why come to us? I didn't come to you, Barnaby corrected her gently. I came to the Macon dolls. Starshine, Pearl insisted. I am sorry. Starshine Sisters. Yeah, it was an honest mistake, Barnaby said with a polite nod. I apologize. Oh, what did the, Macon dolls have to do with all this anyway? Well, there's nothing that I can prove. Yet, Barnaby revealed, his eyes locking onto theirs. But I just want to have a face-to-face confrontation with them and see what kind of reaction I get. Well, sorry to interrupt you. Starshine Sisters. Had a nice ring to it. As Barnaby walked away, the sisters leaned in close across the table, their faces tight with sudden panic. Ruby, Pearl whispered, if he finds out we were the Macon dolls. He just did, Ruby said grimly. Oh, Pearl gasped. Then we better get rid of those coins, Ruby decided.
Dumb.
We got a whole lot more than that, Pearl. A whole lot more. Remember him. The next morning, Barnaby and Jedediah were standing in the lot of a local premium car dealership, looking at a brand new, gleaming luxury convertible. The salesman was walking beside them, reviewing his ledger. "You're kidding," the salesman said, shaking his head as he recalled the transaction. "You don't see two chicks like that every day." "This is it. This is their car?" Jedediah asked, looking at the vehicle. "This is the one I parked for them," the salesman said proudly. "It's the prettiest wreck I ever saw. Maybe they borrowed it from somebody. Maybe they came into some money.
Suddenly.
Bought it at Ryle Motors.
Today.
Say who bought it? No, Barnaby noted, looking at the paperwork. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find out. While Barnaby was investigating the car purchase, Pearl had driven their old faded blue sedan down to the modest trailer park where Lester Gibson, Harley's quiet assistant mechanic, lived. Lester was sitting in his small living room, watching television, when a knock came at the door. He opened it to find Pearl standing there, looking vulnerable and incredibly attractive. "Hi, Lester," Pearl said softly, stepping inside before he could invite her. "I hope I am not disturbing anything." "Nothing?" Lester stammered, caught off guard. "No, I was just watching something on the tube." "Oh," Pearl said, looking around the small trailer. "Well, Harley showed me where he lived once, and well, to tell you the truth, Lester, after what happened to Harley, I just need to be with someone. You can understand that, can't you, Lester?" "Sure can," Lester said, his heart beating faster as she stepped closer. There was a private detective around asking questions about you and Harley." "There was?" Pearl asked, her eyes widening slightly. "Well, what did you tell him?" "Well, almost nothing," Lester shrugged. "I didn't know anything." "Oh, well, probably wasn't important anyway," Pearl said dismissively, offering him a warm smile. "You got a real cozy place here, Lester. The kind of place a girl feels home in. I bet a lot of them have." "Not many," Lester admitted, blushing slightly. "Oh, now, that's hard to believe," Pearl cooed, patting his arm. "A nice-looking fella like you. Get a beer? I bought 6-pack on the way home." "You are so cute," Pearl smiled, taking the beer from him. "But I got a better idea. Why don't we go out someplace? You know, hear some music, have some fun. I mean, we can. We can always come back here later. I got just the place." "Well, then, what are we waiting for?" Lester asked, thrilled by his sudden good fortune. "Let me turn off the television." As Lester turned his back to turn off the set, Pearl quickly reached into her purse and retrieved the heavy velvet pouch containing the Dunbar coin collection. With practiced stealth, she slid it deep behind a loose vinyl seat partition near the dining booth, making sure it was completely hidden from view. "You're the last person I expected to see knocking at my door," Lester said as he turned back around, a wide grin on his face. "Oh, life's road is full of unexpected turns, Lester," Pearl smiled, taking his arm as they walked out into the cool night air. Later that night, long after Pearl and Lester had departed for the local tavern, a dark figure crept toward Lester's trailer. It was Ruby, carrying a small container of flammable liquid. She quietly pried open a side window, splashed a small amount of the liquid onto the kitchen curtains, and struck a match. The fabric caught fire instantly, casting a sinister orange glow through the windows as she slipped away into the darkness. The next morning, Barnaby Jones arrived at the office of Ryle Motors to check the registration of the new luxury car. The manager pulled up the records for the veteran detective. "Service manager, line 1, a voice crackled over the dealership intercom. "Here it is, Mr. Jones," the manager said, handing over a copy of the registration form. "That car was registered to a Miss Pearl Connors, 3241 Nichols Drive, Hollywood. What about the new car?" "Same address?" Barnaby asked, examining the details. "Oh, yeah, but they wanted both their names on the registration this time. Pearl and Ruby Connors," the manager explained. "How did they finance it?" Barnaby inquired. "Oh, it was something you don't see too much of anymore, Mr. Jones," the manager said with a shake of his head. "Cold, hard cash. $4,600 worth." Just then, Jedediah walked into the office, holding a folder of photographs. "Marty?" he said, addressing the manager. The owner of the Red Crow identified these pictures, and he is positive they're the Macon dolls. Here's the girl who bought the car. Yep, that's them. All right, the manager confirmed, pointing at the photograph of Pearl. Mr. Barnaby Jones, line 1, the intercom called out again. Oh, you can take the phone in the office, Mr. Jones, the manager offered, gesturing toward a private desk. Mr. Barnaby Jones, line 1. Boy, they're really something, aren't they? Jedediah muttered, looking at the pictures of the beautiful sisters. Real killers. Yeah. Barnaby stepped into the inner office and picked up the telephone receiver. Barnaby Jones, he said. Barnaby, I just heard from Lieutenant Biddle. Betty's voice came through urgently. Yeah, I was just about to call him, Barnaby said. Things are beginning to fall into place. Well, according to him, the puzzle is already solved, Betty revealed. The police arrested a suspect in Dunbar's murder early this morning. Who was it? Barnaby asked, his interest piqued. A young mechanic by the name of Lester Gibson, Betty said. It seems there was a fire in his trailer late last night. And from what I can gather, the arson investigators discovered the Dunbar collection stuffed behind his seat partition. So, what do you know about that? Barnaby frowned, his seasoned instincts telling him that something was not quite right. He immediately arranged to visit the local precinct to interview the young suspect. Lester Gibson sat in the interrogation room, his head in his hands, looking completely bewildered when Barnaby walked in. Mr. Jones, I've never hurt anybody in my life, Lester pleaded, looking up with honest, terrified eyes. I've never even met this Dunbar or whatever his name is. According to Lieutenant Biddle, the police think that you killed Harley, too, Barnaby said gently, sitting across from him. Why would I do that? Lester cried out. Well, Lester, the way they figure it is you and Harley followed Ruby and Pearl when they left the Red Crow with Harry Dunbar, Barnaby explained calmly. Then you waited outside his house till they left. You went inside, you killed him, stole his coin collection, and then later on you and Harley had a falling out over the coin collection, so you killed him, too. It's a lie, Lester shouted, shaking his head violently. Harley and I never went any place with each other. I only saw him at work. How'd the coins get in your trailer? Barnaby asked. I don't know, Lester swore. I've never seen the coins. Did Harley's 2 girlfriends know where you lived? Barnaby inquired, leaning forward. One sure did, Lester revealed. Last night I was watching television, and Pearl, that was her name, came by and asked me to take her out for a drink. So we went out to the little bar and had a few beers. And when I got back, the firemen and the police were there, and I was arrested for murder. I never killed anybody. I swear it. This Pearl came in? Barnaby asked, taking notes. What about her sister Ruby?
Never saw her, Lester said. Pearl said she liked me.
Said she needed someone like me to take care of her. Well, so far, Lester, you've been doing a pretty good job, Barnaby said softly, standing up. He knew now without a doubt that the young mechanic had been set up by the 2 sisters. Back at the recording studio, Michael Albert was wrapping up another mixing session with Ruby and Pearl. All right, Michael said, clapping his hands together as the music faded out. It is good, but I still think it can be better. Let's take a break for lunch and be back here in an hour. Lou, I still want more bass. Get my purse, he added to an assistant. Man, that sure was pretty, a voice called out from the back of the darkened studio. Ruby and Pearl turned quickly to see a sharp-dressed young man walking toward them, a confident smile on his face. He didn't look like a record executive, but he carried himself with an air of absolute authority. You Ruby and Pearl Connors? The man asked, stepping into the light. Who wants to know? Ruby asked, her defensive instincts instantly on alert. I don't see anybody else around here asking, so it must be me. The man smiled smoothly. Yeah, well, we're in a hurry, Pearl said, grabbing her bag. Well, I got a little message for you here, the man said, pulling a heavy silver coin from his pocket and flipping it into the air, catching it with a sharp click. I think you better take a look at it. Michael Albert walked past them toward the exit. You girls coming? He asked. You go on, Michael, Ruby said, her eyes locked on the coin in the stranger's hand. We will meet you back here. As soon as the producer left the room, Ruby stepped closer to the stranger. What is this supposed to mean? She demanded. Well, now that depends, the man said, turning the silver dollar over in his fingers. To a collector, this thing here is a thing of beauty. To a dealer, it's a way of making a fast buck. But to a friend of mine named Harley Nelson, it was a way of getting himself killed. You knew Harley? Pearl asked, her voice dropping into a tense whisper. Like a brother, the man lied effortlessly.
Who are you?
Ruby demanded. Tom Morgan, the man introduced himself. Well, he never told me anything about you, Pearl said, narrowing her eyes. Well, maybe not, but he sure told me a lot about you, Pearl, Tom Morgan countered, stepping closer. And your sister, Ruby, there. Like what? Ruby snapped. Oh, like how you picked up this guy at a bar, and you killed him, and you stole his coin collection, Tom said smoothly. He told you that? Pearl scoffed, trying to laugh it off. Dear Gussie, that boy had some imagination, didn't he? Oh, yeah, don't you know it, Tom agreed with a cynical smile. He had an imagination that wouldn't quit. You didn't believe him, either, Ruby stated, watching him closely. No, I didn't believe him, no, Tom said, shaking his head. Not until he met with a little accident. And then I began to wonder, you see, and so I went to see Lester. Oh, you went to see old Lester, Pearl said, her breath catching. Late last night, Tom revealed, leaning in. And just as I got there, you were leaving with him, Pearl. And then I saw something that just blew my mind. What? Pearl whispered. Well, Ruby, you went inside the trailer, you see, and you hid the coin collection behind this sort of seat thing, and then you started a little bit of a fire, Tom explained, his voice full of amusement. But it wasn't a very good fire, because I managed to sneak inside and take the coin collection out from behind the seat thing, and there it is, see? He held up the heavy velvet pouch, letting it clink against the silver dollar. Ruby and Pearl looked at each other, realizing they had been completely cornered by a blackmailer. Ruby, I think it's time we told this handsome young man the truth, Pearl said suddenly, her demeanor shifting back into her familiar theatrical innocence. Pearl, Ruby warned, but Pearl ignored her. I can't hold it in anymore, Pearl cried softly, looking at Tom with wide eyes. This is gonna hurt you, Tom. But Harley killed Dunbar and Lester helped him. Of course, we didn't know anything about it until Harley gave me the coins as a present. But that made Lester mad, and they had this terrible fight. Maybe it was Lester what dropped that old car on Harley. That's the honest truth, Tom. Wow, Tom Morgan said, feigning deep impression. Well, you sure make it hard not to believe you, Pearl. Except for one little thing. See, now, the night that Dunbar was killed, you see, Harley and I, played poker till sunup. The room fell into a tense, heavy silence as the sisters realized their lies were completely useless against him. Ruby stepped forward, her eyes cold as ice. What do you want, Tom? She asked flatly. Well, let's see, Tom mused, tapping his chin. How's 50% of everything you make sound? Like highway robbery, Ruby spat. But you got a deal. Well, now, just a second now, Tom said, holding up a hand. How do I know I can trust you two after what you did to Harley? We had good reason for that. Pearl burst out defensively, her anger finally overriding her innocence. After Harley found out we'd accidentally killed Dunbar, he tried to blackmail me into marrying him. He wanted me to go to Albuquerque with him and run a garage. Can't you just picture that? Shut up, Ruby hissed at her sister. But Pearl was on a roll. Oh, we had to kill him, don't you see? Pearl insisted to Tom. He couldn't understand. He just could never understand that Ruby and me were born the same. Pearl, Ruby shouted, trying to silence her. Suddenly, the heavy curtains at the back of the recording studio parted, and Barnaby Jones stepped out into the light. He was holding a small, portable reel-to-reel tape recorder that had been running the entire time, hooked into the studio's own microphone system. I think Harley was wrong. Pearl, Barnaby said calmly, his voice echoing through the quiet studio. He sang real good. I got it all on tape. That's it, girls. No, it isn't, Ruby yelled, her desperation finally snapping. She reached into her large purse and pulled out a small, chrome-plated revolver, pointing it directly at the veteran detective. Mr. Jones, You just bring that tape on down here, she commanded, her hand trembling but determined. I am not fooling. Hurry it up. Now, Pearl, you go up there and get that tape and get his gun. Whoa, Tom Morgan said, raising his hands in retreat. Barnaby remained completely calm, his expression unchanged as he looked at the young woman pointing a weapon at him. Could you please unbutton your jacket, Mr. Jones? Ruby ordered sharply. Thank you. Come on. As Barnaby reached for his jacket buttons, Jedediah Jones suddenly stepped out from the control booth behind the sisters, his own service weapon drawn and ready. Ruby, he called out firmly. Ruby spun around in surprise, her eyes widening as she found herself staring down the barrel of Jedediah's gun. Barnaby moved with surprising speed for his age, stepping forward and deftly snatching the revolver from Ruby's hand before she could turn back. I see, Barnaby said, checking the cylinder of the small gun before slipping it into his pocket. Right there. Don't do it again, Pearl. Don't even try. Sure a mean trick you played on us, Pearl pouted, crossing her arms in defeat as Jedediah stepped down to secure them. That's J.R. Hell, as Mama used to say, a honeysuckle by any other name. Despite the gravity of their situation, Pearl looked at Barnaby with a hopeful, manipulative smile, still unable to completely drop her showbiz persona. Ruby and me, we're gonna need the best lawyer in town, she said sweetly. And we were wondering if you'd like to invest in our new record to help us pay for it. Barnaby looked at the two beautiful, misguided young women who had let their shallow ambitions lead them down a path of ruin. He offered them a sad, fatherly smile as the sound of approaching police sirens began to echo down the alleyway outside. Well, Pearl, Barnaby said softly, shaking his head. Somehow I get the feeling that even the best lawyer in the country isn't going to charge you very much. I sure hope you're right, Pearl sighed, letting out a small, dramatic breath as the police officers entered the studio. We've always needed somebody to take care of us.